What's up and welcome. Dreadlock Pock here, aka Big Boyina, Warlock Main, and hopefully today I can entertain. First and foremost, thank you for stopping by and joining the stream. And hopefully your day's going well. If not, hopefully there's enough strength to face that adversary head on and be able to turn that negative into a net positive for the future. Like a wise one once told me, transmutation, not presumptuous denial, is the weapon of the master. So, with the usual philosophical warlock rant out of the way, yeah, let's just pick up where we left off. So, the goal for today, man, is really just to enjoy the sandbox, test out some of the changes that Bungie implemented. They fixed the page thing now, apparently. So maybe we don't have to run into that, and perhaps we can get some progress going on the actual event card. So, yeah, that's pretty much all what we got going on. Want to go ahead and start tackling off my bright dust bounties. You know, nothing too major, but I do want to knock out my vendors here and there. I looked at the hunter armor a little bit, man, and I wasn't as impressed as I thought I was, so I don't know if I'm gonna be getting it, but we'll see. We'll see. If I can end up getting enough bright dust to justify getting it, I might. I'm more interested for the other armor that we got this season to get for the hunter. Let's do our usual postmaster run real quick. Let me make sure I'm not losing anything worth keeping. That looks good, but nah. And I need to start using these. We'll go ahead and use this one first. So, we'll pick up where we left off, which was, I believe, the story, actually. So before we start messing with Grandma, let me pick up some bounties from my vendors that I didn't get or didn't do. And then we'll go pick up on the Catch Crash story that I didn't complete because I procrastinated. Alright, get up from good old Banshee, aka Clovis Bray.
Time to fight, Guardian. What do you need?
I need bounties, man. And let's see. Go ahead and go to Zav, man. Oh yeah, and I need to go visit Ada too. Cause he resets right around the corner, so hopefully I can double dip. Okay, I can pick up from them later. Before I do that though, I think I'm low on Glimmer, right? Yeah, I'm a little low. I guess I can skip. What are you selling though?
What cipher is this?
You know what cipher it is, man. Don't play. I'll do them later. Glacier. Alright, that should be enough. Maybe one more set. Alright. And then I should be able to recoup that later. Grab these from Mr. Drift the Drift.
Call me Drifter.
Trust me, I know. Alright, and we'll leave those because we can just refurbish those. And the last step we need to do is go visit Ada, because I can knock this out as well. Excuse me. And here we go. I think this is my final synthweave bounty for my warlock, so I can start working on the others. Yeah, alright, cool. So now I can start working on those. Alright. So for the quest, we needed to do the crewmate celebration. And I guess we can do the expedition since it's faster. Yeah, we'll do the expedition
Despite
first.
being surrounded by guardians,
Where
I can't imagine what the armory founders felt like. during the
matter of fact, we'll
collapse.
do the catch crash. Because then I can knock out two birds with one stone. I can actually get my final border, I think. Or not final border, but I can get my red border for this week. We don't want to test out, actually. Kind of don't want to use double primaries, but I'll just swap to that at the end of it. And then do like headstone on this LMG though. Actually, we'll go with Heart Shadow. And tell you what. Go with this. That way I gotta reload. What's on this rolling? Oh, just plain old Jane snapshot killing Lynn, huh? Let's see what everybody's rocking. Got Tarkus with the chicken head. Oh, Graviton, I haven't seen that in a minute. Mr. Raoul. I think I seen LeBron James in there. Yeah, Raoul with Heart Animals Light. Chicken. Raoul, Pyramid Ship, and Drifter. Yeah, I think when I get on my Titan, I'm gonna do my, I'll do Shax for my Titan. How much candy am I sitting on? Okay, a good bit. I wonder what the cap is for that, actually. Excuse me, it says.
Hold their catch. Show no mercy.
Do not judge these poor fools, Guardian. They are commanded by a liar.
Go ahead and get these red borders done.
Calls me a liar.
I'm too impatient to go to Shirochi. I'd rather use them in game while I'm doing stuff. Like if I got all my challenges and stuff done, I'll consider it. But for the majority of the time, I'd rather just run a quick strike or one of them story missions and knock it out. I'm too lazy to go put the combination in on the wall. As someone who always complains about reloading is a thing, I'd be memeing about that, by the way. But as much as I complain about it, these boots are a godsend. Especially for weapons that take like 3 years to reload. I think some of my favorite perks have to be like perks that overflow the mag, or they auto load. So definitely reconstruction and overflow. Auto loading for sure. They said they was going to add some of those raid perks onto other weapons, so they already started with Firefly when you think about it. A lot of the kinetic weapons now can roll with Firefly, so interested to see what other perks they talk about. I really hope they do rewind round. I'll never be able to say that smoothly on the first attempt. Rewind rounds. I really hope they do that with that perk, because I like that perk. I just don't. It ain't even that I don't like the guns that perk comes on. It's that there are better perks to choose from, right? Like the infamous Vapebringer, you want to go for the explosive round Firefly. So rewind rounds take a back burner. But like rewind rounds on a on a good sniper rifle, man, could you imagine the DPS numbers? Especially with a good perk too, like maybe Golden Flaghorn or Firearm. I know you can get it on the Pratives, but no one's using the high impact frames for damage, right? Which ironically, I think they're pretty good still. I haven't checked in a long time, but they were pretty good at one point. And I think Pratives can roll with high impact reserves, so it kind of feeds into the whole rewind round loop. Another good one is, which I'm surprised I don't see it that much, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people got couple rolls on it. And they use it for people that know, right? But found verdict. It can roll with rewind rounds and I think like demolitionist or something, or but I know it can roll with rewind and vorpal for sure though. So that's like a really potent combination, especially with the shotgun Pokemon, right? I would hopefully that's one of the perks they're considering slapping on other units in general, whether it be world loot or other raid loot or dungeon. Yeah, rewind rounds and like one of the advantage perks or whatever. Or being able to get an enhanced version. Fires with like, I don't know. I'm surprised I don't see these more often for DPS metas. You can do this with rockets. Yeah, you can do this with anything, honestly, but rockets, air currents, do this. I'm never gonna be done with these red borders. I'm never gonna be done with them, man. That's a good thing, though. I'll be able to knock some out and maybe enhance some perks, because that's what's been holding me back from enhancing some of the other perks. There's been two factors, really. One factor is like, I don't want to enhance a perk and then maybe change it in the future, right? So, depending on what column it is, I might not even enhance it. But if I know that's the only role I'm going to use on that weapon, then yeah, I'll definitely enhance it. Like, usability made. I'd rather craft another version than dismantle the perk. And most of that really comes from the egregious cost, right? Like at max, if you're sitting at max match, you can do what, 5 perks? So I think if they lower the threshold for that just a little bit, or they give us a better return investment for these borders, maybe 200 on the clean dismantle if they don't change the overall economy, and then maybe 500 for doing one.
All sides for the best payday.
I get the thought process behind it. You want to keep the player grounded, but it does. It like creates kinks and bottlenecks when it comes to the overall experience, I feel like. Or at least like if they did it to where, because I know they said that it's becoming a problem, not a problem, but I know they said that they're aware that we want more perks. It's just an issue of trying to implement that. Like I understand that, at least they know about it and they're trying to work on it. So my thing is, if that isn't an easy solution, what is a good alternative solution? And maybe something like, when you unlock a perk, or maybe when you choose an enhanced perk, right, and you buy it, it stays on that weapon, period. Not like on the weapon, but if you go back to the Enclave, is you can swap to it back and forth free of charge, like once you actually buy it. And then maybe tweak the economy a little bit here and there. Because the overall crafting experience is good, it's just the, what's the name be messing up somewhat? The bottlenecks and the kinks really be hitting it hard. Makes the overall experience like burdensome, cumbersome. I really like the aspect of like being able to craft, like if the meta changes or something, right? Like Range Finder got a little bit changed, so I wonder how many of the IS Luna 2, but how many of the offstringers will change now, right? Because it's crafting. Now you don't have to go out of your way and grind a whole new one. Like there's definitely some cons to how it makes the overall economy feel, but I feel like we can change some of that stuff too. Overall, it's not a net negative. I think crafting overall is a net positive, personally. Actually did revamp the perk pools on Jurassic Green and Braytech Winterwolf. I don't know if they tweaked Horror Story, but I checked last night and they definitely did update perk pools. So I'm gonna be chasing me a freaking Jurassic Green with, I got a couple roles that I was looking at, but the main one definitely is gonna be Incandescent. Y'all know I'm on an elemental bird perk vibe right now, so which actually works out because it's a pulse rifle, so it's unstoppable too. So that's pretty cool. And the fact that the mech cobra or mech, I'm just calling it mech. That sniper can roll a volt shot, and I was just talking about that yesterday, like how it was a missed opportunity, and it was like, nah, bro. It was like, nah, fam, what you mean? So definitely, I was seeing it when I checked it again on Light GD. I was like, what? Volt shot? So yes, I'm gonna be hunting a roll like that. I haven't made up my mind on what is the roll I want to go for on the left column, but obviously volt shot is where I want to go. I was thinking about auto loading volt shot, that way you know you can get a kill and reload it, hit something with volt, and then swap to another weapon and not have to worry about it being reloaded. It'll auto reload on its own, so you wouldn't be at a detriment. But I don't know, I have to really like theory craft what I'm gonna get. And then clown cartridge volt shot sounds good too, but I don't know. Like I said earlier about my favorite perks, are definitely lazy when it comes to reloading. I would rather I would rather auto load than me reload. Cause I already got me an auto loading Vorpal. What's that thing called? Frozen Orbit. So I don't know if I want the exact same roll on that just because it's hard. My vault is already freaking swollen to its max. I just have better put on my better swap. Yes, 3%, that'll be better enough time. Picked up the Titan, didn't we? That? I didn't pick it up into the post, I guess. Alright, we'll work on that later then, I guess. LeBron James over here with the stasis. Okay. I'm gonna say I really like Heart Shadow. I didn't think I would like it as much at first. I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool gimmick weapon, but then again, like a lot of my builds work on like gimmicks. The fact that it can weaken too actually makes it like a utility, so it's not a throwaway either. So if you don't have access to weaken on a subclass, you can actually take advantage. It's pretty cool. Man, bro, how thick is your shield? Yeah, I need to construct something with light. It takes advantage of loosened blades so I can get it back slightly faster. Even though I'm leveling this thing up, I'm probably not going to change the perks on it for PvP. Moving target eye to storm. I think this will be my go-to. Thank you, good sir. Ooh, piece of candy. My flavor. A little bit. Some. Nice. I feel like that's jank. Does that sometimes, it feels like. When you're trying to use your super and you got a sword out, it feels like it doesn't proc all the way. don't feel it, but I guess they fit on the high end, so I need an auto rifle with like mad stability, I guess. It still feels like it goes everywhere.
You have failed, Erebus.
Oh yeah.
What will you tell the voice?
Power hired out the Lucent Brood, and we got the number 3, which means
You can lie to yourself, but you cannot lie to the witness.
I have not failed.
Yet here you are.
he said you can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to the witness. I thought it was the other way around. All right, let me do a pit stop real quick. Go to the helm before we go do that expedition stuff. So I think I ended up getting like what, 2 red borders from that one. No, I ended up getting 2. I really want to test this thing out, the title and PvP, perpetual motion moving target. I hope that this perk comes on other weapons, man. Could you imagine classy contender gun with freaking demo and pugilist, bro? Like that's all I need, son. That's an exotic right there, basically. That's like Traveler's Chosen. Oh man. Alright. Yeah, and don't make it void. Whatever you do, do not make it void, because if you do, I will not take off Nezzies. Dodge, yeah. I wonder what the TTK would be like on that sidearm with a dodge, yeah. I bet it is brutal. Alright. Let's see if I actually got vault space to even do this, man. Yeah, I do, but barely. This is horrible. Do not do this, kids. Do not hoard this many weapons to where you can't you can't function your postmaster. Alright. I need to infuse that to something. Alright. Alright, there we go. And what I found, oh yeah, I came here for bounties. Came here for bounties and to finish my repute stuff, and apparently I don't have bounties. Oh, I can buy another one too? We'll buy another one later then. We'll get the shoddy, I guess. I will do that later, because we probably got to come back here for a finale anyway, so. It's a shame these little mini story missions aren't repeatable, but technically they're little lost sectors, so it's not that big of a loss. I just like some content to be able to repeat, you know. Some of it is cool. You might like it for its area screenshot or something, you know. You never know. Like, I missed the Red War campaign, actually. I wouldn't mind just playing that just because. And then there's some stuff I wouldn't miss, like the Lost season of the Lost. Remember the event, the seasonal.
Your presence is not necessary.
I know. What are you doing here? Are you unharmed?
I will retrieve the last relic myself, without violence. The Hive.
I know. Guardian, find her, please. She is my light.
Got you, Chief. She's your light. I got you. Let me just get my fit right. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure I got this right, just in case we run into a cutscene. You know, can't be getting caught lacking out here with the drip. And I guess we'll go with the monk chest piece, right? Yeah, there we. Cause I want to embody the whole elemental mastery theme, right? So let's go with the fire. Well, I got fire boots, I got arc arms, I got void helmet, so I guess my chest piece can be exotic. We'll go with this for the exotic then, why not, right? And yeah, alright, cool. Yeah, I gotta have a drip right, man. I can't be caught lacking just in case I run into the cutscene, you know. Oh, that overshield reminded me of something I thought about earlier. So I went on a tangent about the weapon rolls. The sniper can get bolt shot, and the Braytech Winter Wolf, I was looking at that. The Braytech Werewolf. Anyway, the Braytech Werewolf, I was looking at it, and it can get aspect called? Under-Over, which like does a little bit more damage to shields and whatnot. So I was thinking about getting that with armor-piercing rounds just to see how effective it was for a kinetic weapon. Because it should work on anti-barrier. Like if auto rifles ever come back in the thing for anti-barrier, it should work pretty good against not only barrier tanks but shield wall types. So it's like a discount version of adaptive munitions. Which got me thinking, what if they came out with a roll that came out with which I doubt it, but it'd be cool. Adaptive munitions and Under-Over. That'll work pretty well against all fields. Who was out here throwing solar nades, man? You disrespectful. Oh, this one over here, huh? Somebody then gave you the light and you started popping off. Man. My aim is glad trash bags. Gotta separate the big stuff and actually see that noggin, that big old cone is. There we go. What's up?
I believe I am close to the relic. When we have it, Aramis Kell will see the futility of her actions.
I don't know about that, Chief.
Risk yourself for her. She will never abandon her ways.
No, you both must face the past. You cannot outrun it. You cannot hide it from me.
Idol, please, forgive me.
Oh. Okay, here we go. I was like, where is the exit at? Uh-oh. Looks like it's gonna come to a conclusion. Gotta face the past, man. I do wish we seen more of these everywhere. I don't like champions that much. Like, champions are okay. The only problem is, like, they bottleneck your loadout. But I do like seeing challenging ads like that. It'd be nice if they added those type of elements to the other enemy races like the Vex and whatnot. I think they're gonna. It's just they need to make it make sense story-wise instead of just slapping them in there. Like I can imagine some type of like enhanced dark cabal when you get Lightfall. With the slam though? I didn't realize if you die to start over either. My man slugged into the wall and my guardian broke his head against the brick. I hope we get another freaking aspect in the future where Warlocks can convert their nade to a heal nade again. I miss being able to use both. It's the one thing, that ain't really the one thing, but I definitely think the Warlock heal lock took a back burner seat when we got Solar 3.0. It's not all bad, but the old way I used to play that, I do miss it. I guess it was the unpredictability of it, right? Being able to toss my heal nade or use a damaging nade and then convert it if I needed to. And how much it used to heal, I ain't gonna lie though, it was it was pretty busted, bro. It's trying to give you, I think it was like 35 health over shield, no matter what your health condition was. So I used to be ace with that, man. I used to love healing my teammates when they get in unsurvivable situations. This was not bad because it's instant, but I do miss being able to like press the charge it up, man. I used to love doing that.
No!
put on the sword so we can actually see here. We'll finish that progress later on that. Oh, cool. Straight up cutscene. All right, let's be quiet, Jared. Told you I needed to drill. Using the ability meta.
Stop! Do it. Show your daughter who you really are.
Do it. I'd have did it. She would have read.
She could have had everything.
Okay. All right, that wasn't bad. See, I wish it was a lot more of that, but that wasn't bad. That was okay. I like that. I like those little cinematic cutscenes. I'm telling you, man, if they ever do like a cinematic universe thing or animated series, bro, it'll pop off real easy. They wouldn't even have to try. Well, I mean, they'd have to try, but it wouldn't be too difficult if they lean to the lore, but they made loose stories. Like, you could pick any random guardian and just tell a tale from any era. And as long as you made sure that you consulted the right lore people, yeah, it'll pop off with ease, son. Cause it'll just stick. It'll be nice. It'll fill a void that's missing right now, especially with series like The Expanse being done and whatnot. I think it'll really pop off, especially the way that Halo went the way it went. Let's see. I told you I had to get the drip right though. Did we get all of our? Yeah, we finished all of our borders except for this one. But we'll do that once we see what's going on here. We got two things. Let's do this one first.
So, let me get this straight. Mithrax has Aramis at the end of his sword, and then nothing? I mean, nothing?
Nothing.
Huh. I thought that guy still had some mean in him. Guess I was wrong. I was right about you, though. Gotta hand it to you, kid. You did a hell of a job out there.
Well, thank you.
Drove Aramis off, stopped whatever plan the witness had, and brought home all the pieces of Nezarec. Not bad at all. Mithrax and Ido have the relics now. Don't know what those things can actually do.
I like Dragon
Balls,
Balls,
if anyone
Drifter.
can figure it out, it'd be them. Hope it's something good. Yep, nothing for you to do now but lay back in that big old pile of pirate treasure you got. You deserve it. And don't worry about giving me my cut, Captain. It just felt nice to be a good guy again. Trust.
Trust. When we getting that though, Drifter? That's what I want to know. When we getting trust back, man? I'm gonna go on a random tangent in a minute. It has to do with Nezarec, if I remember. Mithrax has Aramis at the end of his sword and then nothing. The hologram of Drifter squints as you tell him of Mithrax's battle against Aramis. I thought that guy still had some mean in him, he puzzles. Guess I was wrong. We all wrong once in a while, Drifter. Drifter says he has to give you credit. You did a hell of a job out there. Drove Aramis off, stopped whatever plan the witness had, and brought home all the pieces of Dragon Ball Nezarec. He grins. Not bad at all. He seems confident Mithrax and Ido can figure out some way to harness the power of the relics of Nezarec. That's the tangent I'm going to go on. But until they do, there's nothing to do but enjoy your well-earned riches. And don't worry about giving me my cut, Captain. He winks. It just felt nice to be a good guy again. Trust. Yeah, like I said, when are we getting trust back? So the tangent I was going to go on is, I wonder what next season is going to be about. If we go off of the thread, right, that the wall on Valve the Disciple, the prophecy wall, was a little bit accurate, we only have one more season before Lightfall. So unless the conclusion of that wall is going to happen in Lightfall, like while Lightfall season is going on, then that means that the conclusion is going to be next season. And if it is next season, maybe we have messed up by collecting all the pieces of Nezarec, because maybe with it being in the helm and the Crown of Sorrow being in the helm, maybe something unforeseen and disastrous might happen. That was just a little like light bulb that went off in my head when Drifter said that phrase right there. Drove Aramis off, stopped whatever plan the witness had, right? The plan that she had, and brought home all the pieces of Nezarec. Maybe the witness had enough foresight to know that things would happen the way they happened, right? And maybe this is the plan that it had. Now, granted, that's probably like more of Savathun's alley, but who's to say the witness doesn't have that type of caliber of cunning either, right? We do have to remember that Savathun did get her origin power from the witness by extension because of the worms, because of Rolk, because of the worm gods. So who's to say, you know? Maybe this is the plan of the witness all along. And then maybe it's not. Maybe Nezarec will be resurrected and somehow, some way he will be an ally and things happen. But coming full circle back to like what I said about the wish wall with the witness and pulling up and infiltrating the tower or messing with the traveler, maybe this is how it happens. But who knows? We'll see. Did I do that wrong? I did, didn't I? Sorry, we gotta listen. Actually, we don't have to listen to it again.
So, let me get this straight.
Oh, and the final end was trust. I really can't wait till we get trust.
And then, nothing? I mean, nothing? Huh. I thought that guy still had some mean in him.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know it would do it that perspective, but you know what? I might be able to use that as a funny little skit. All right, we got to go visit the
city has real potential.
It's Jabba the
What
Hutt.
can a simple operator like me
Spider awaits behind an array of
hero
engrams.
of the bank?
This is the end of my stash, Guardian.
He says,
Nothing left to give after this batch. Choose carefully.
hey, careful enough. I guess we got the no reprieve now. As Spider watches you draw yet another powerful engram from the offered engrams, he chuckles.
Hard to argue with luck like that, he says. One thing I've learned through all this, the Guardians are a safe bet.
Yeah, what if the witness was thinking that way too, right? Like the Guardians will prevail. Maybe Aramis doesn't want to work with me no more, so maybe I just, kill some birds with some stones.
And with that, he says gruffly, readjusting his chair, I believe I've dutifully distributed all the gear entrusted to me by the Vanguard. So now I must ask you, with all possible kindness and expediency, to get out of my bar.
I got stock here, dog. I helped open this place, so I don't know about all that. You can tell Ido is smiling when she contacts you over the radio. No attempts at jamming today, Guardian. She says no attempts at all, so word. Either Spider finally found out his faith in the Guardians, or he realized opposing you is more trouble than it's worth. Either outcome is quite positive. Wouldn't you agree? I like that perspective. Either outcome is quite positive. So, yeah, that's what's up. And with that, I believe that is the end of Sales of a Ship Stealer. So the final piece we need to do is go drop off this last Dragon Ball Nezarec, and we'll go from there. Alright, cool. Yeah, I like that little cutscene. Like I said, I wish we had a little bit more of that, but, we get what we get. It's always enjoyable to see that stuff though, like actually go down. Mithrax was out there wielding the I can't remember the sword that Aramis was wielding. It's the I think it's like the bequest or something. But Mithrax looked like he was wielding the World Line Zero, son. Let's go take a look at it. Yeah, it looked like Mithrax was wielding the World Line. What was Aramis using? I said the bequest. I'm not gonna make it in time, am I? Yeah. Let's go to weapons. Nope. Where is it at? It's either the bequest or it's the one from the moon. I don't think it's the one from the moon because the one from the moon was yeah, the bequest. Yeah, this is what Aramis was using. She was using the bequest. She was on that Deep Stone Crypt vibe. It makes sense too because that was her season 2 Beyond Light, so that's pretty smooth touch as well. Yeah, see, like I like that stuff. I like the little touches. Mithrax over here using abilities. I don't know what he hit her in the eye with, but you seen him with the gauntlet. He smacked her with the splicer tech. He was like that. All right. So that was the last no reprieve I needed, was it not? I believe. No, I need one more, but that does mean that I can get my last one from here too, so that's pretty cool as well. All right. Can we go ahead and do that now? Actually, we might as well, right? Yeah, because I got blood feud. Yeah, I got everything else except for no reprieve. All right, that's the final weapon we need. Say less. And I can turn in these Omelon weapons because I'm still chasing a freaking what's the thing called? It's the sniper rifle, but I want Focus, Fury, and Overflow for maximum DPS. Yeah, I want Focus Fury because of I'm thinking of using a triple sniper loadout and 2 of them having overflow. That way I don't have to reload if I have like a special brick line on the ground. And then the kinetic one being thoughtless with overflow, and then the energy one being that one. What's that thing called? The galley with overflow. So that's the role I'm looking for.
Now that we've collected all the relics, Mithraxkel and I believe that we could harness their power. To what end? We're still uncertain. While I believe in our abilities, I am concerned about the potential side effects such a process could have. An ancient dirge I discovered described something called the Curse of Nezarec, which is rumored to drain the life of the user. Of course, I don't give credence to such superstition. Dark Age humans were comically ignorant. Still, I would rather not take the risk. My father disagrees. I suspect he wishes to redeem himself for his past wrongs, and in that, I cannot dissuade him. We will continue searching for a method to unlock the relics. Until then, the light provides.
So we hit a stalemate here. I'll probably dive into the lore on my free time. Well, let's see why we couldn't flip through a little bit right now. What book was this in? Stolen. This was a really good lore right here. I think this is about Saint and Shax going into the bar, but this was a really fun lore one to read. I actually might start there. Can't remember if I read Salvation or not. No, I haven't. Okay. Yeah, we'll start with this. This is hand-to-hand between Soul and Stars. Saint 14 and Lord Shax stood shoulder to shoulder outside the ether tank, Spider's establishment in the Elixir Quarter. They were kitted out with full armor and a close-quarters arsenal. Shax unholstered his sidearm. Oh, I see. Shax knew about the meta before it even dropped. Shax unholstered his sidearm and confirmed that the clip was full. He's using a kill clip or something. Saint stared at the bar's entrance and slowly spun the cylinder on his hand cannon with a methodical click, click, click. All right. So he got something like the last word or something. He got the cylinder on it. They glanced at each other and shared a nod. They were ready for trouble. When the Titans stepped through the saloon doors, the whole crowd froze. The Guardians towered above the seated patrons, their helmeted heads the blank visages of death. They slowly stalked the perimeter of the room, moving in opposite directions, optimizing their fields of fire, prioritizing their targets. Boy, could you picture these ninjas inside of a trials match, dog? They sound vicious. The humans in the room slowly crept towards the exit, and once clear of the doorway, bolted into the night. The Elixni edged their many hands towards wire rifles and arc spears. There was a moment of silence before the coming storm. Oh, man. A short time later, disarray filled the room. Elixni lay strewn across the floor. Dregs cowered behind the bar. In the center of the chaos stood three wretches, facing off against Saint 14. His fist crackled with arc energy. So remember, this is like the anime logic I be on, right? Saint 14, what is he known for? Headbutting, right? But he's also known for being a bubble titan. I mean, his helm is literally the bubble titan, and here he is using arc energy, right? So, like, keep that in mind. Like, if they ever take the, like, anime logic route, right? Like an animated series, they could really, like, you know, finesse it and have fun with it. But anyway, his fist crackled with arc energy. The wretches approached in a line, holding hands to create a chain. Then slowly, solemnly, the two wretches on either end reached out in unison and grabbed Saint's fist. The wretches' cloth wrappings sizzled, and their lenses on their helmets flared as the arc cursed through them. However, they did not break contact, and their circuit remained intact. From a nearby table, Shax's massive voice counted out, 7, 8, 9, 10! Saint let his light ebb, and the wretches staggered backward. There was a moment of silence before Shax boomed, "And the winner is the Skiff Blades!" Hallex, a Vandal in service to the Guardian. All right, so he's allied with us, right? Which also ties back into the lore because Hallex, he's probably one of the unlocks from the Repute, right? Leapt into the arms of the wretches, and the four of them bounced up and down in jubilation. And the Elixni lying on the floor feebly lifted their upper arms in celebration. "The next round," Shax continued, "is on the Great Titan, the Violet King, the Saint." See? The Violet King, right? Saint 14 nodded grudgingly to the Dreg behind the bar, who was peering over the edge in apprehension. Any Elixni who could still walk began mobbing the bar for a concoction at the Titan's expense. Halsex approached Saint and tapped at his metal breastplate playfully. He drummed a complex polyrhythm and chittered excitedly. "Yes, you're welcome," Saint replied dourly. "But don't get used to it. I will not fall for the same scheme again. Today, we live in infamy," Shax declared, clapping Saint on the back. "The day the hero of 6 fronts was bested by 3 wretches and 8 leaders of Rotgut." Saint harumphed. "This is why I prefer pigeons to people," he muttered. But I like that little insight, man. It to me it draws a little bit of contrast to when Savathun and the Season of the Splicer, when she was invading the tower, right? And I remember there was a lore entry to where everybody was like on edge, paranoid, and the dude almost shot his son because he thought it was a falling outside. And it's nice to see how it goes from like, it went from that vibe to when the Fallen first got into the tower, or the Elixni, they first got into the tower and everybody was like kind of edgy against him. I mean, let's not forget Lakshmi, right? And like now, you know what I'm saying, Saint 14, who's looked at as like a vicious, you know, threat to the Fallen for a long time, he's sitting here at the bar having fun with him and Saint too. And I love how they set it up, right? Like they look like they was ready for a trials match. They were sitting there at the door. Saint 14 checked the sidearm, you know what I'm saying? And let's talk about how he knew it was gonna be the meta before it even hit, right? Like I see you Bungie writers, I see y'all out there. But you know what I'm saying? Like they had them looking like this whole scene painted them out ready, you know what I'm saying? They glanced at each other and shared a nod. They were ready for trouble. So I like how they painted that, and then it was a nice little playful banter set and whatnot. So I really found that lore entry really enjoyable when I read it. And okay, so Salvation. I can't remember if I read this one or not. I do not think I did. But let's go ahead and read these last two then. Why not? Book 7, Salvation. The datapad hit the tilted floor with a sharp crack as it slipped from Ido's shaking hands. Jumping to her feet, she scrambled to pick it up, inspecting hurriedly for damage. Her shoulders slumped slightly as her eyes landed on a thin fracture across his face. Ido took a breath, ether hissing through her rebreather. It didn't calm her. She stood within one of the half-ruined rooms of the Elixni Quarter. Privacy was a luxury in this place, and Ido took it where she could. Now, staring at her datapad, she was even more grateful for the quiet. Aramis had heard Ido recording her scribe's logs. What else had Aramis intercepted? All of House Light's communications? The petitions to the city for supplies, the transactions for the ether tank, her father's instructions to his people? Ido knew that this wasn't possible, or it shouldn't be, but her scribe's logs were unencrypted. She realized now how naive that had been. She took another breath. Ido had reached out to Aramis before, calling for Elixni unity, and did not think she would receive a reply, but now she knew that Aramis had listened. The Kel had reached out in turn. When Aramis interrupted her scribe's log, there had been pain in her voice, a pain Ido had never known, a pain she realized her father had tried to keep from her. That's pretty cool. Ido, Misrax said, appearing at the threshold of the door. His voice was gentle, but Ido flinched nonetheless as her thoughts broke apart. It was worse, somehow, hearing him speak gently. She turned over the cracked datapad as if to hide what had just transpired. Yes, Misrax Kel, she answered, too clipped. He bowed his head. Ido stared at her father's silhouette, offset by the crumbling building. That is right. We do got them living in the quarter, man. Well, not living in the quarter, but like at the same time. I swear we could have found a better spot. Silence hung between them for too long a moment.
The Guardian has returned,
he said, eyes averted.
We have collected another relic.
Even now, there was so much unsaid.
A relic of Nezarec.
Oh, she finished flatly for him. He had known since the beginning. He had known and he had lied, while Aramis had not turned away from the truth. Misrax said nothing. Ido had been insulted, hurt, and she knew deep down he would not apologize for any of it. So I guess that's really what she was looking for, was an apology, huh?
I will study it once.
I will study it once I am finished with my scribe's log, Ido said. She turned away from him, and soon her father's footsteps faded. She looked back to the datapad as if Aramis would speak to her again, now that Misrax had left, but there was nothing. Ido sighed, her thoughts still racing. Aramis had said she could not turn away from her violence or her vengeance. Ido did not believe that. She could not believe it. This violence was not the Kel's spirit. Ido had to find the part of Aramis that did not rage at the past. I like that. She had to find the part of Aramis, because it's still part of the same person, Elixni, fallen, that did not rage at the past. Ido had to show the Kel of darkness a future. Silently, the scribe of House Light began piecing together the coordinates to the next hideout herself. So that was right when she was meditating, the whole situation going down, and this is the final piece. What was the last one? Oh, Salvation. Salvation. I bet you that one has a way, way deeper meaning. And then here, always. The console went dark. The message had ended. Aramis knew there would not be another. Come home, Aramis. Aramis closed her eyes. The words settled into the Kel's thoughts. They were heavy, sharp. She felt herself bleed with them. She had begged for death in the moment that Misrax's blades were at her throat, and his mercy was a deeper wound than any. It was reopened now by the kindness of a child. Aramis remembered her home. Her home was Reese, devastated by the great machine. Her home was Atheris, her mate, sleeping in a ship long since departed from their system. Her home was her hatchling, at her mate's side. Aramis remembered watching them grow and molt, how they had chittered their delight and looked at her with their wide, luminous eyes. She would give her house to see those eyes again, but the brightness she had seen in Aramis' eyes was a wide, blinding terror, not only of the hive, of her. Come home, Aramis. Aramis lived, and she knew what the Elixni had lost. The dream of a new Reese was delicate and beautiful. Aramis had held it in her hands, close to her chest, for so long. She knew now that she had smothered it. In all her violence and all the death that followed her, she had curled her hands into fists. The dream of a new Reese would have died with Ido if she had been left to the hive in their putrid light. But Ido did not know Reese, and neither did her father. They could look beyond that loss. Come home, Aramis. Aramis knew she would never see anything but terror in another's eyes. Aramis knew that the Elixir would find a new home with Ido. Aramis knew there was no place for her in it. So Aramis is in some meditation mode right now, and she's really deep contemplating, man. She could rock either way, yo. But from what I'm getting from this, she's saying that my interpretation of this is that Aramis is realizing that Ido might be the future for the Fallen or the Elixir. I use those interchangeably. But she realized that the future is in the youth, right? The next generation, Ido. But she also realizes that that home is not her home either. And I think she's realizing either that she's going to be a martyr or she is... I don't know. I feel like she want to go out on her own terms. Aramis is like that type of strong character, but I feel like if she do go out on her terms, it'll be against the Witness still. Like, I feel like she's going to strike a blow to the Witness, kamikaze style, is the vibe I'm getting from that. And then she wants her unit to rehash with Ido's unit. That's the vibe I was getting from that, because it says that Ido's home has no place for her in it. But I could be wrong. But yeah, that was a nice little wrap up on the story. I wish it had some more, but they left them little threads dangling and whatnot. I still think they about to mess up with Nezarec harnessing his power, but we'll see. I mean, that'd be fitting, right? Like if this thing ends up backfiring, look how close we are to the Earth / the tower, right? We're literally on the moon by Nezarec's pyramid, which Callus is like renting right now, right? He's using that as like an Airbnb. And we got all those Dragon Ball pieces of Nezarec right here, like in the same vicinity. So Nezarec could like straight just come back and be like, "Oh, thank you," and then like power up or something like that. I don't know, but you know, it's always nice to have a little fun with the story as it's going on. That being said, let us continue our normal grind and knock out these things along the way. So we're gonna go into the festival thing. So go ahead and unlock the card now. Now that we've knocked that out, and we need to put a mask on. Before we do that, though, do I have bounties from Grandma? No, I need to go pick up 2. All right, cool. It's pretty cool. Nice little dive into the story. I'll probably read a lot more on my own free time, but and this season is, I ain't gonna say it's like, it's a little bit over mid for me. The whole pirate theme is okay and cool, but like I've been saying over the course of the whole season, it feels like a filler arc to me. And the good things about filler arcs is you need them for those dramatic big arcs to make sense, right? Like those are like, I look at those as bridges to cross in order to get to that specific moment, right? Like that's what makes those dramatic moments have weight, is the build up to them and the journey you take to get there. And that's what this arc is feeling like right now. So, because they had to unfreeze Aramis, but it looks like they're not gonna use her as a witness pawn. I don't know. It looks like that was the course at the beginning, but now it looks like she's gonna serve a pivotal story piece that turns the story in a certain direction. Maybe we'll see though.
Why not?
Alrighty.
So much safer with you warlocks doing
Might as well masterwork that helmet. Let's go ahead and start working on these borders real quick. And yeah, that'll be the last one I need actually for that shoddy, I believe. Yeah. And the last shoddy I will need is from Dares. So in 2 weeks, I should finish off my Dares challenges. Yep, and that is all the borders. Cool. That means I'll be able to craft this no reprieve. I think the role I was going for was Pugilist and Headstone. That sounds pretty fun on on any of the melee-based classes. Pretty much my Hunter and my Titan. I like using melee on the Warlock, but not so much as I think the other classes embody the Brawler archetype better. Way better. Yeah, the finger snap is pretty cool, but I still would rather use like a demolitionist weapon over a pugilist weapon for that. And he gets it back so fast that, yeah, you'd rather use pugilist. I was thinking about pugilist headstone, or yeah, probably pugilist headstone, and testing out, which I'm pretty sure it does work. Maybe if pugilist doesn't have a cooldown on it, but if you get a kill with the ice crystal, does it proc pugilist? So that was the thought process behind that one. I'm thinking that should work.
Guardian. I'm investigating Glint's questionable reports on the Headless Ones. You once interrupted a battle here between Cabal and Elixni forces. Some Elixni say that after the battle, the House of Dusk commander rose as a Taken.
Not as a Taken.
For eternal vengeance on Cabal and Guardians alike.
No, we haven't had a no HUD day in a good minute, man. We might do that sometime this week. I did have fun when we tried it that few times doing no HUD gameplay. I think once I wrap my head around the grinding or get the roles I'm looking for, a few of the roles I'm looking for, we could do some no HUD. I like the little bit of immersion. I would play with the no HUD a lot more often if the guns that I like to use had more indicators on it. Or if I had a way to indicate where my ability was charged, other than pressing the button. I was looking at the Hunter kit and I wasn't that impressed. It looked better in the art, but when I looked at it itself, I couldn't really resonate with any piece that I would see myself using or mixing with any standard armor pieces. So I might not pick up the Hunter armor. I do kind of like the Warlock cloak, and I could see myself using it. It reminds me of the Trials of the Non-cloak a lot. And the Titan one is, I think the Titan one, as far as like if I'm actually labeling them from top 3, Titan definitely gives me the overall gunman feeling. That'll probably be like my main go-to robotic helmet. I do it a lot. And if I remember correctly, I made my Titan an EXO too, so it just fits the overall head cannon that I got going on as well. It's a Gundam! Gosh, yeah, I can't wait to get done so I can start grinding that sniper. I cannot wait. I want an bolt shot roll so bad. The way that thing sounds too, it's gonna make me want to use it even more. This week too, I could start doing the extra, like next season grinding, like saving up on my weekly bounties and stuff. There's no need now cashing in for XP. I mean, the only reason too you can level up your capacity more is for like grading grams, but now that they're bugged at the moment, I'm not even motivated to do that much, so I guess I could start saving those, like the ones on Europa and over at Shah Han. Exact same setup. See if they're gonna switch to Dawn Blade after this. I want to play with Dawn Blade a little bit. Been using well since Solar 3.0 came out. Then again, Dawn Blade doesn't have enough justification to use it. If the super came back in like a little bit faster, maybe 10% I would use it, but it does feel like it takes way too long for what it does. maybe if you're using Dawn Chorus, you can justify it. None of you guys are carrying special? Holy, nobody's carrying special. Really? I'm trying to see what the max amount of candy you can carry. I hope it's a lot, considering how much it takes for those bags at Grandma. So much I've leveled it up. Just for a minute now, anyway. What was this? 600 or 720? This is 750. I don't know why I thought this was a 600. Oh no, now that 900's got a slight nerf, I wonder if this archetype will compete. I know I was getting drilled yesterday by freaking terrible, son. I remember playing yesterday and that terrible felt like it had rangefinder on. I was like, yo, why is this man? I think it was like 19 meters I was getting drilled. I want to say next week I might do GMs, either next week or whenever the week that they bring back mod vendors. I want to min-max it because I still got all mine available, but the thing is when I do them, I want to like be chasing a weapon I want. And Malicious Birthright, I was looking at all the rolls, maybe Slide Shot or Slideways auto-loading. I know it seems a little weird, but my thought process behind it is just don't have to reload whenever I want to, right? And since you can craft not Wastelander, but Pardon Our Dust, that just seemed like a better role to me. Auto loading and slide shot or slide ways. So you just fire off a shot, you slide, you know, reload, fire off another shot, you know, stow it if you wanted to, or manually reload it. So I want to farm that, and I definitely want an incandescent PvE mod vendors since its perks are a little bit to be desired.
So Glint's reports of the headless ones are true. And not that
I can't imagine what they would put on it to make me want to chase it though, other than the standard, you know, snapshot open shot combo. I mean, hey, if this ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
How did these monsters end up
return
on
these
Earth?
pages
Why do they
to
only appear at a certain time
Grandma,
of
the
year?
Space Grandma.
And what does it have to do with the ancient human ritual known as the Hall Between?
What are the chances that this event has something to do with the story? Probably not much, right? Okay, I'm done with that one. Work on those two. Doesn't feel that bad. It feels pretty okay. Might do the Desperado one though. I thought the map fragments were the manifest pages. They look similar. They're not exactly the same, but they look a little similar.
I have ideas already.
Bet you do. Eva looks relieved as you stride into the courtyard. You got some manifest pages? Thank goodness. I get the strangest feeling that the Book of Forgotten is hungry. She regards the book with concern. I could swear I hear it grumbling. That puts me in the mind of an old book that used to eat things. I can't remember where I'm thinking about that from. Eva waves your hand over the tome. Add your manifest pages to the book, Guardian. Hopefully that will keep it quiet. I want to say it was like real monsters or something like that, but I don't know. Add manifest pages to the Book of Forgotten. Alright, I guess it's the book right here. And then I guess we can pick what are the highest ones. Let's work our way from high to low, right? That should be the smartest play. Well, they're all about 9. Good God. Alright, yeah, so let's work our way from high to low. Let's do it weird. Alright. Speak to Eva.
I have ideas already.
Thank you for feeding the Book of Forgotten, Eva says appreciatively. If you keep giving it manifested pages, I'm sure it will reveal some fascinating tales. Take a peek at your event card and don't forget about the mask and the goodie bags that I've prepared for all Guardians. She gestures proudly to an array of handmade crafts and treats. Nothing like a creepy sweet to get us in the festival spirit. Okay then. Finally. Alright, now we can start working on everything. Use manifested pages to unlock chapters and the... Alright, I just missed that. Use manifested pages to unlock chapters in the Tales of Forgotten. You get event tickets. That's like okay emblem. Look at that with the Reaper on the left and the freaking the pyramid ship on the right and the sun. That's actually a really badass symbol. You got Bookworm, Coffin now. Okay, so they give you the Sparrow. Oh, they give you the Telesto helmet. Bread helmet, 5 more pages. Candy. Okay, auto rifle. Okay, they give you the pulse too. Oh, they got a Keitel mask. Alright. Savathun mask. Ribbon mask. Shards. No. I need bright dust, not shards. Raid flags and okay, that's okay. Alright, I'll say out of everything though, just these 2 are like nah. But everything else, okay, that's what's up. What all do we have to do? I breeze through the rewards, but then breeze through the things. All right, complete an event challenge during the festival laws. Okay, that's complete all the tickets then. Vanguard ops and catch crash activities. So that's on the percentage. Activities in the Haunted Lost Sector playlist, 35 of those. Okay, we'll get those done. See, that's why I didn't want to burn out yesterday is because I knew they was going to have to make us do like overall activities. So that's why I waited till they fixed the bug. Complete ritual activities including strikes. All right. So it's basically play the game. Now it's Crucible of Vanguard, Arc Energy, Auto Rifles, Sniper Rifles, Pulse Rifles, Epic Mystery Grab Bag. Okay. Complete activities in the Haunted Sector playlist. Okay, so you need to do 3 on each one. So it's just overall play. Earn candy. Dang, that's a lot of candy, boy. You're going to be seeing a dentist. Headless ones in the Lost Sector. So that's going to be over time. You can't speed that up. That might be why they gated it because of this challenge right here. But if that's the case, they should have just adjusted the many that you need to kill or even just changed the encounter. Because at minimum, that makes you run, well, maybe not 10, but because it's a 10 lockout at the beginning, you got to run. Like, it doesn't benefit you to speed through it. So that might be why they locked it at 10. But still, man, I think they should just let us farm. Thanks for helping the tower get into Festive Spirit Guardian. Here's a little something to help you on your own expedition. Okay, this is the God Roll everybody's talking about. She hands you a package of rewards. Her eyes twinkling with delight. Keep filling the Book of Forgotten with the manifested pages. And don't forget to visit me from time to time, she encourages you. I got plenty of mass treats and festival gear to go around. She leans and whispers conspiratorially. And do look after that young idol, don't you? Okay, so even she knows about idol. She doesn't seem quite seasoned enough to go it alone. I'll put my worrying mind at ease. Grasp at your hands warmly. Happy Festival of the Lost Guardians. Alright. It's okay. You know, I didn't expect too much because the events are the events. It's not bad though, you know. Now I will say the strongest, one of the things that carry these events are the weapon choices and the loot. And us having a choice of 4 weapons, granted, 3 of them we've had before, but their perk pool has been adjusted somewhat to match our current sandbox. So Yeah, pretty okay actually, because I'm gonna replace the Jurassic Green I got with an incandescent roll. I really don't care about the origin trait. That's a hit or miss. But the fact they updated it with our verb perks, like incandescent, I'm definitely gonna be looking for like a subsistence incandescent roll, and that auto rifle. With 450s getting that little change, man, and it having kill clip on it to roll with it being able to roll with kill clip. Yeah, I think I will actually chase the brace tech too. So, yeah, as long as it's like the event card is it's okay because like none of the stuff in there appeals to me, but if it appeals to you, hey man, go for it. That's what every verse is there for. At the same time, yeah, the weapon selection, man, if it's that's what make people play the event. Let's get rid of this one. That's why I got problems, man. Vault problems. All right, there we go. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to support the overall game devs, whether it's going into their pocket or whatever. But they've said that those type of things help them pay for extra secret content. So Zavala's hair. So like I said, the event card isn't for me, but for people that do have it and want to support it, man, hey, ain't nothing against it, dude. That's what's helping make some of those content like the Whisper missions and the Outbreak missions and whatnot. So by all means, yeah, if you appeal for it, go for it. I mean, I don't spend too much silver, but if it's something that really piques my interest or draws me in, then yeah, I will spend the silver. Like an example is the old Iron Banner emote back in Curse of Osiris when it came out with that for $10. I bought that one because one, I wanted to support the game, and then two, I really like the whole legacy of the Iron Banner. Back then, it held a different. Was it a different aura around Iron Banner? Make good use of it. I really like the idea of Iron Banner in its early D1 stages, and so I like that emote. All right. Now that that's done, I think we are gonna work on just my miscellaneous stuff. Like I said, I do want to do my bright dust for my vendors, so I'm gonna knock out Zav, man. We're gonna do Zavala, then we'll do Drifter, and then we'll probably go into PvP and test out some stuff. So Zavala needs 8 bounties, Scout, Super, Finisher, Sidearm, Arc, Finisher, Super, Precision, Challenging, Champions, Combatants, Arc, Joe. Alright, so it looks like we're using Arc for sure. And then I need to use a Scout Rifle and a Sidearm. Alright, Arc, Scout, Sidearm. Go with the Scout here, and I don't have a sidearm in my kinetic, but I can pick one up from above. The thing is, I still need to work on that shotgun, so I'm only gonna able to have one. What sidearm did I see that was like, yo, this thing might be juiced now that it got the buff? Oh, I think it was this one. Yeah, I think it was Swift Verdict. Yeah, let's use this for a while. Because I was like, yeah, Swift Verdict had rangefinder on it. Let's do this one first. And then, before we go do that, let's drop this off so I can just pick it up and I don't have to come back to the tower. I'm going to save me 2 birds with 1 stone. The boy's name is Zavala's hair, dog. He be shaving every morning.
Checking.
Alright, we are solid, I think, because everything up here I wanted to keep up here. Actually, let's get rid of this. Alright.
Thank you, thank you.
2 to strikes.
I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
Solar Singe, though. That's fine. If I remember, I'll switch, but I'm not doing it for the actual engram, though. I'm doing it for the bounties that I need to knock out, so... Actually, since I am doing that, yeah, if I'd have been thinking, I would have brought a different, because I forgot I can't use Sunstar because of my helmet. Man, I wonder if Boots of the Symbol are still bugged. I think they are. We'll test them out. But they was not working. I love these battlegrounds.
Have been holding off waves of hive
They have a good amount of ad density. It feels like almost an old school horde mode.
It allows
That's what we need is a really good hardcore like what's that mode of Devil May Cry? When you just go like floor to floor to floor and it gets harder. That's what we need. We need a hardcore mode like that. Hardcore horde mode where it just gets insanely difficult. Room to room. It changes like the Infinite Force, but a little bit more like a lot more variety and not so much monotony as the Infinite Force. Ouch, ouch. That's a lot of damage. I forgot this sidearm actually had range on it. I remember when I was grinding for my favorite auto rifle right now, currently. One of, but definitely my kinetic one. The Last Breath, I remember when I was grinding the daylight side of that thing. The only reason that's keeping me out of there is they said, what is shooting me? The only thing I'm not like so keen to go right back in there is because they said they're changing them not enhanced, they're changing the dungeon loot eventually. So it depends on if they change it, if we figure out anyway. If we find out, if we don't get a warning, and it don't matter, but if we find out ahead of time, they're changing for the worse, I'll go back in there. But I'll take the daylight side of that cube room. Wasn't that bad of a farm, it was just felt like I was in the MC Escher painting the whole time. At least the music was good though. I really like the music of Prophecy Bunch. Remind me of like classical meditation music or something like that. But trippy. Actually, that whole dungeon, like aesthetic-wise, is pretty cool too, and lore wise. But every time they involve, they have to do with the non. I think it's just really good because of what they got what material they got to work with, base material. Like the non are really cool and interesting and mysterious by nature. So anything like seriously involving them, especially like well thought out lore-wise, is pretty good. Like the whole Trials of the Non was confusing, but I still was enticed by the whole thing. Like they wanted us to fight each other and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Nah, it doesn't look like doesn't look like they fixed Boots of December yet. I wonder if they even know there's bugs there, because I haven't seen like an issue or weird thing or anything.
So much rage, so much suffering.
Yeah, Sabbath really pulled one over on everybody though. Had everybody thinking it was Osiris. Sabbath-Cyrus over here. Straight sowing seeds and deceit everywhere. Narratively, that was really good, dude. I would have loved to see that play out. Like how the recent Lord of the Rings played out or whatever. People trying to figure out who Sauron was. Love this big old blunderbuss. Not impossible. Check my connection real quick. Yeah, I'm full of bars. Okay. Just had to make sure Alrighty, let's see if it's working now. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if that was just me or if that was everyone. It's probably just me, but we'll try it again, see if we can get it going. Dang, well, let's go again in the battlegrounds. Yeah, I think that's on my end. We might end up having to stop the stream. Dang it. I don't want to go into Crucible if it's lagging like that. Let's see if we lag out again this time, maybe. Maybe not. Hopefully not. Oh, they already got the, what's the name of them? Cool Juice. Draw a demo. Yeah, it looks like it's on my end a little bit. Yeah, oh well. You messed it up too bad. We'll just pick up again tomorrow.
Guardian,
and you can do.
We received limited intel regarding a Vex information depot. I want you to get in there and figure out what they know.
Greetings, Captain. Commander Zavala has requested that I run tactical on this mission. Please allow me to help you with your invasion of the Insight Terminus.
Hello, Failsafe. You're familiar with this place?
Oh yes, quite. The Vex were very active there when the Exodus Black first arrived on Nessus.
Yeah.
The Vex that murdered my
it is what it is. We'll run with it though.
There.
Dang, I was really looking forward to hopping into Crucible a little bit later too, man.
Memories.
It's all
Hopefully
right.
it evens itself out.
It's only taken me a few centuries to suppress them.
Go ahead and knock out these no reprieves if I can. Probably craft this thing. Might craft this thing already. Yeah, we got that iconic sound too, right? Does feel really good to shoot for a slug though, I will say that. Might be the surplus on this thing. Feels pretty sticky from back there. It bounces like a mug though. That still looks like it's bugged. I don't know what to do about those boots. Hopefully they get fixed soon.
I'm making the elimination of Cargan your priority of this operation. His crew has been active all over the system. From our intel, he's mostly targeting Vex installations.
Oh, say less.
However, removing him can only strengthen our position. Put him down.
Put him down. You say so, man.
I have good news and bad news.
Give us the good news first.
According to the
actually,
Vex, Cargan
wonder if
has
I finish
almost
my
complete
sidearm.
control over the local Vex Gate network.
3, 4.
I predict several detachments of Cabal over the next few minutes.
Precision, arc.
No, I said give
I
us
guess
the
I
good
did finish
news
my
first.
sidearm one, huh?
I did.
Let's switch over to scout. See, how far are we on this?
There's got to be a way to get through here. Failsafe, any ideas?
I believe Centurions will possess the means to remove the Vex block and grant
Watch out now.
egress.
Oh, that's that, man.
Nice work, Captain. But you're gonna need one more.
I can't tell if it's the connection that's making them run into the wall like that, or if they just jetting in there. Cause I'm standing up here. Man, I love bolt shot, dude. It was such a good perk. I'm just happy they made another perk that can proc on itself and doesn't have like an internal cooldown like Kill Clip does. Let them run down there because I'll just be playing catch up. Go ahead and work on this one. Just complete. And then what bounties do we need? Arc damage. That should be close. I should need like maybe 2 more, I'm thinking. 3 more. Okay. Scout rifle be done in 3 more kills. So super finishers. All right, so we need to do finishers. Yeah, super finishers, arc blonde and jilt. All right, so we can definitely do jilt as long as we keep our scout rifle on. Let me see.
There's Cargan.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, drop down. Ooh.
Injected some bad variables into his decryption process. That should slow him down.
Just that. I'll probably got to pull off some supers. Not supers, but some finishers.
Pretty sure he realizes we're not going to let him get away with stealing the data while we're here.
You are correct, friendly ghost. A massive buildup of energy indicates several Cabal transports are inbound to your position. You asked for it.
Alright, and we're done with the type
Location secured, Commander Zavala.
Good work, Guardian. What intel did you discover?
There's only one data artifact here, labeled
I didn't use my super that whole time.
It's seriously corrupted. Metadata says it was last accessed by an Otzot centuries ago. What
Alright,
is
60% on
Otzot?
that, so that'll be the
And who is
last
Otzot?
Those are
shoddy I
questions for
do.
another day, I suppose. But for now,
Well done. See if we can hang in here a little bit longer. If it don't correct itself out, then I guess I'll end up just calling it. I hate to call it, but at the same time, I don't want to stream if the connection's going to be bad and the quality too, by extension. So we'll see. We'll see. I say you can't control what you can't control, right? So, and if that is the case, we'll just call it shorts. Let's see. That means I need 2 more bounties, and if I do finishers, I should be able to get that done. What will the lost sector be today? Yeah, I'm still low. Oh, it's actually on perdition, huh? It's not that bad in his head armor too. Okay. Just really looking forward to grinding out that sniper too and that freaking Jurassic Green.
High forces are lashing out from the Cosmodrome, led by a disgraced wizard named Devota.
Disgraced?
She narrowly escaped the previous Vanguard
So I need to make sure I do at least 5 finishers in this encounter.
She'll be desperate to prove herself.
Oops.
Guardian. High forces are lashing out from the Cosmodrome, led by a disgraced wizard named Devota. Indeed. That desperation makes her dangerous, but also reckless. Eliminate her before she regains her footing.
Lots of movement here. Be ready for anything.
Alright, 1, 2, 3. Myself can't do it on those guys. Man, we should be done with Chadantes. Oh. Actually, let's go ahead and knock those out there.
Fallen raiding party ahead. Don't seem thrilled about Devota's presence.
They won't appreciate yours either.
That's painful, unfortunate. Well, let me think. I think I will go ahead and let's run this strike. And my connection's still bad. We'll just call it at the end of this one. And we'll pick up probably tomorrow if everything's smooth.
it straightens itself out, I might start up the stream again, but I'll probably just do it tomorrow and then just grind a few of the weapons out on my free time. And if it's clean tomorrow, then we'll just tackle some Crucible. It's unfortunate, but hey, gotta make the best out of a negative situation, right? Transmutation, not presumptuous denial. What do they say? Same thing, doing it over and over is the definition of insanity? That's only if you expect a different result. If it does end up working out better, I guess I can just work on some build videos in the downtime, so yeah, it ain't a total loss.
We're close now. She won't escape this time.
Yeah, I'm still on one bar. So.
Anymore. Not with a group doubting her. Expect the worst, Guardian. Navota has no choice but to defeat you.
Energy signal. That's her. That's Navota.
Me over there with the dawn blazes dancing all in the sky. Yeah, so it's pretty cool they changed the, I didn't even see those in the patch notes if they were even in there, but they changed some of the icons, like some of the buffs. Pack Hunter looks different. I thought I noticed that yesterday, but I thought it was a different buff than what it is with Galley. I don't know why. Yeah, too, apparently I read a comment the other day that said, use chill clip on, what's that gun? The Bump in the Night, that rocket launcher, and someone uses Gallahorn. Apparently the Wolfpack rounds apply chill clip as well. So it makes for some really good shatter damage, which is a fun fact. Shout outs to whoever made that comment. It's like, yeah, man, a lot of the comments have a lot of good, interesting, tidbits of information. Back up. Should be enough right here to finish off the shot right here, I think. Never get tired of this sword. I was gonna say, where did she go?
We're happy to send the message, Commander.
Nah, excellent work.
I don't want to keep playing on a connection like this. It's not enjoyable to play. So let's go to the tower real quick. Let's pick up our bright dust from Zav, and then I'll see if I can find a quote of the day or word of wisdom, as it were. I hate I gotta cut it so short, but we'll pick up tomorrow hopefully. Let's see. I meant to check my connection while I'm still with them. See, when I leave, it's full, but. And I really don't want to go on the Crucible, man, with a connection like that, dude. Because that's going to be even worse of an experience. Spectral pages. I'm on 19 again? Okay, okay. I got the blueberry helmet. I cannot believe they made a blueberry, son. Alright, let's see.
Good, you're back.
Indeed. Alrighty, got the bright dust from him. Got a helmet that I can upgrade.
Ever underway. Transfer. All done, all done. I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
Oh, let's go ahead and cash this in real quick.
Hello, Guardian. Welcome.
I mean, I'm kind of tempted to give it a shot, but I think the only reason I got full bars now is because I'm at the tower. Let me see. Nah, see, it ain't even full bars. Yeah, we're just going to call it here. Because I got a feeling I'll go into a Crucible match. It's going to be laggy than West Timbuktu.
Checking.
And that's a whole nother side of rage I'm not trying to go through.
All done.
I think that's everything I wanted to do for now. Maybe we just pick up everything tomorrow, I guess, if everything's smooth.
Always good to see another hero of the tower. This was made for you.
Yeah. Okay, it's all good. We'll just pick up tomorrow. Hopefully it goes smooth. If not, shoot, we'll just run what we run. So the word of wisdom today is when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. From Victor Fungal. Pretty appropriate if I do say so myself. But yeah, that'll be all for me for now. Hopefully I can get started and be a little bit more productive and a little bit more little of these builds and get a couple of them out. But if you enjoyed the vibe, subscribe if you like what you see. Triple tap that like button for me. It has been me in the present, talking to you from the past. I hope to see you Guardians in the future. Adios. I'm Ghost. Guardian out.